Greetings traders and welcome back. Chris here bringing you another survival guide. In today's discussion we will be talking about how to open a brokerage account, as well as what a brokerage account is of course, and the things that we should consider when we are choosing the right broker for us. It wasn't that long ago that brokerage accounts were kind of exclusive to either high net worth individuals or corporate clients. But in today's day and age, with how trading has evolved, it has become incredibly accessible and possible for everyday average people. And that is a beautiful thing because that means the doors have been opened and even you can do what the pros have been doing for many years. So without further ado, let's dive on into that information and learn a thing or two about brokerage accounts and the things to look for when we're choosing one. If you're interested in trading futures, stocks, bonds, ETFs, anything along those lines, the first thing that we must do is open a brokerage account. So we're going to talk about which brokerage account types are out there, as well as how to decide on the right broker for us. But first, what is a brokerage account? Well, by the definition, a brokerage account is an arrangement between an investor and a brokerage service provider, which allows the account holder to deposit money and then authorizes the broker to place and process trades on their behalf. They do what you are not allowed to do completely by yourself, but at your complete orders. The brokerage company serves only as an intermediary that processes your trades. Basically, they are processing your wishes, while the customer, being us, the trader, is totally in control of posting and managing the orders at all of our discretion. The profits and losses registered by the brokerage account's owner may be considered taxable depending on where you are located. In the US, for example, all capital gains must be claimed as taxable income. And this is why you often hear brokerage accounts be referred to as taxable accounts as well. Brokerage accounts also offer their holders the opportunity to trade different financial instruments like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, futures, ETFs, and the list goes on and on. Both individual and corporate clients can open brokerage accounts in today's day and age. Depending on the account type and the service provider's policy, there might be a different requirement and account limitations that you may have to comply with. According to the SEC, brokerage accounts are divided into two groups. We have cash and margin. Now, we're going to focus on the differentiation in brokerage accounts depending on the service type as well as its provider. And in this, there are two main types of brokerage accounts that you can generally choose from. We have full service and discount brokerage accounts. The difference is usually in the commissions and fees, account minimums, margin trading limits, supported features, execution speed, trading assets, etc., etc. These are the different things that separate the difference between a full service and a discount brokerage. First, let's cover full-service brokerage accounts. As their name suggests, full-service brokerage accounts are a complete offering. They are suitable for investors who are seeking some kind of professional guidance and support from a personal financial advisor. Understandably, due to the complete or partial professional money management service included, these accounts are on the top of the price bracket. Obviously, things cost money. Full-service brokerage accounts do come in different pricing models, despite the fact that they are all offering something of a similar category in this branch. They may be charging you an advisory fee, for example, or commission fees, or both. Among the most popular full-service brokerage account providers are the popular banks including Morgan Stanley, UBS, and Merrill Lynch, etc., etc. Aside from the big banks, there are also specialized financial advisory firms that offer such services as a full-service brokerage account. Then we have the discount brokerage accounts, and the popularity of these has been booming. Service providers like Charles Schwab, E-Trade, Fidelity, Vanguard, and recently, and probably most notably, Robinhood are all experiencing an exponential boom in the number of their clients. The difference between brokerage accounts and the full-service ones is that they are a flexible choice for the do-it-yourself investors. Most service providers share similar traits: commission-free investments, little to no account minimum requirements, online account opening, etc. These are all characteristics of the discount brokerages. Basically, everything essential aside from those professional services or professional assistance that you find at the full-service brokerage account. Discount brokerage accounts are perfect for the low-cost investment choice for both beginners as well as professionals. When choosing the type of brokerage account and the service provider, there are several essential things that we should prioritize, beginning with the type of management that fits your needs. The starting point should be the way our account is managed, or the way our account should be managed in our eyes. Do we want to be in charge, or do we prefer an active professional management team? Or maybe the best of both worlds with some kind of automated management. Each of these options has its pros and cons. If you are a do-it-yourself investor and are in for the thrill, choose a discount brokerage company because you don't need their assistance that they're offering at the full service, so you don't need to pay for it. If you lack the needed skills but can afford the professional management services, well, then the financial aspect of having someone looking over and helping guide you through everything may be appealing, and you may want a full service brokerage account. The next thing to prioritize is the cost. If you are on a limited budget, then the full-service brokerage accounts probably isn't a great option for you because they usually have high initial account requirements. Also, we want to consider how frequently we plan to make trades. The more we trade, the more commissions we will be charged. In that case, a discount brokerage, if we are looking to trade a lot, is usually the better option, as those savings can accumulate over a large period of time quite quickly. And then finally, we want to prioritize the supported assets and added services that our account will offer. So we want to bear in mind that not all service providers out there are going to support things like futures or bonds trading, for example. The list could include or disclude pretty much anything. And we want to make sure that whatever it is that we are interested in investing in is, of course, offered at wherever we are going. We also want to consider the supported features. That means the analytical tools, the trading platforms functionalities, the support, the news feed, a real-time trading data list, or all the similar things that might be important for your particular trading strategy. We want to be aware of all of these that are being offered. As a general rule of thumb, if we're comparing two equal brokers with the only difference being one broker is offering more assets, well, chances are we probably want to go with the broker that is offering more assets, even if it isn't one that we're going to be trading just yet, just for the future availability if everything else is perfectly even. Something else to be aware of when opening a brokerage account is the brokerage statement. Brokerage statements are issued by the brokerage service provider, and they're intended to summarize your account activity and performance for a particular period. Most brokerage service providers issue statements on a monthly or quarterly basis. The brokerage statement provides a snapshot of the past transactions, meaning the past trades, and the current value of your account. This includes how many instruments you have sold or bought during an observed period, the current allocations in your portfolio, the amount of fees you have been charged, and just different things like that. The brokerage statement even goes into detail regarding each instrument in your portfolio. For example, for stocks, it might disclose income produced by the investments, including interest, dividends, and capital gains distribution. Understanding how to read a brokerage statement is a valuable tool for any investor. The first thing that a brokerage statement will show is the account information. This section features the basic stuff like your name, the period the statement covers, account number, etc., and you will also find contact information if you need to report any mistakes. Then the next thing is the account summary. Here you will find a summary of your performance, including realized and unrealized gains as well as losses. You should also get a snapshot of the current value of your portfolio here. Then we have the portfolio detail. In this section, you usually find an in-depth overview of your portfolio allocation, including all assets and their performance, as well as estimated income, yield, and ratings, all that stuff. You can use the portfolio detail section to figure out whether you should make any changes to your current allocations. Then we have the income summary. Needless to say, you are probably already aware by the time the brokerage statement comes of your income results, But this is something that is still useful to take a peek at least to see the summarized version of everything broken down. Then we have the daily activity. The daily activity is something that includes all transactions that you have made throughout the observed period. Should there be any discrepancies, like trades you haven't received confirmation for that were made, this is when you're going to want to analyze it and then report them. And then finally, we have disclosures. And as with any official document, the brokerage statement also has a disclosure section. And here you'll find the legal information regarding penalties, warnings, fee information, and just various things like that. So how do we go about choosing a brokerage? Well, the truth is there is no universal set of rules that we need to adhere to. The reason is that different investors have different needs. That is why, before choosing a brokerage service provider, the main thing to figure out is what your specific needs for you are. If low commissions and account minimums are crucial, well then we want to go with a discount brokerage. If we want a quick and convenient procedure, go with a broker with a proven track record in serving its clients online via a platform with a mobile app and helpful support. If we want access to a wide variety of instruments, then we're going to go with someone that has market leaders within their grasp. If we are a big money player, then we want to seek tailored full-service brokerage companies that will help us deal with our investments actively and maintain such a large portfolio. The truth is, the industry is so well developed that today there really is just no one-size-fits-all model, but there are a ton of options to choose from. Once you identify what your values are and what your musts are as far as picking a service provider, deep diving into the leading solution providers for you are going to be the processes that you will want to take in order to better assure that you're happy with wherever it is you're going. The most important thing to look for is the importance of the broker's reputation, which means we don't want to pick a broker that has zero reputable people backing it. Just because it is something that is a state that all brokers start in, it's usually not a wise choice to gamble with your investments when there are so many reliable and already stated trustworthy options out there, even with places like Robinhood that have a more discount characteristic about them. They have been widely tested and are widely respected as a discount brokerage. If your goal is to trade futures, well, your specific considerations may be slightly different than the average long-term investor, and not every broker, and as a matter of fact, a lot of brokers still don't offer futures. But the things that we want to consider are things like the account minimum. This is the minimum amount of money that you're going to need to get started. You want to make sure that the amount required is a comfortable amount for you. Then we have whether we should apply to trade futures. This is kind of a silly one if you are already trading because you've already decided that you want to trade futures. But if you're new to the game, this is where you need to analyze if futures is right for you before you go about choosing and picking based on something that you don't even trade yet. Then we want to consider the available funding methods. How you fund your account may be something to be aware of. If it offers easy, quick funding through maybe an online instant deposit access or gives you immediate credit, that may be something that is appealing to you. Also, real-time quotes. Real-time quotes are quite important to pay attention to if you are trading on a day trading style where you're looking to scalp. If you want to trade on a very quick pace, real-time quotes are quite important. Also, things to consider are things like timely and adequate customer support. This goes without saying. This is always a positive thing to have. Platform and features, meaning different indicator options or just different features in general that mesh well with your strategy. Then we have the number of supported instruments. This means that if you are looking to trade micro instruments or what have you, you want to make sure that the selection that you're interested in trading is all there. And then finally, the margin requirements. It's always important to be aware of margin requirements because once again, it is another financial requirement that is being asked of you. After you have figured out which brokerage company's offerings best fit your needs, The next logical step is to go ahead and open an account there. Although the procedure may differ depending on the company's policy and your jurisdiction, in most cases the steps are usually quite similar. The first thing that we need to do is usually to register and provide personal information, which is things like names, address, phone number, assets, net worth, social security number, all that stuff that they ask of you in order to use something of financial availability. Then we'll have to verify that information in some ways. In a lot of cases, you'll usually have to pass through some kind of identity verification procedure. Maybe it's a bill. All of them usually have something along those lines. And then next, you're usually asked to fill out a questionnaire. And the goal here is usually to help the broker find out more about your specific risk tolerance, as well as your investment goals, your level of financial knowledge, a lot of different things that the broker may be required to be aware of before they allow you to open the account. And then finally, the last step is to fund your account, which is quite literally just depositing money into your account that will allow you to then begin your trading journey. After this, you're all done and you are ready to place your very first trade. So now that you know exactly what a brokerage account is, as well as the different options out there, hopefully you'll be better suited to picking the one that is right for you, and you'll know the questions to ask to make sure that you're making the very best decision for you on a personal basis. And if you are just diving into the trading world, I wish you the best of luck, and make sure you click the like and subscribe button down below to stay up to date with the new information that I'm coming out with on a daily basis to keep your trading game at the top level. But until next time, folks, thank you for joining me as always. I will see you all very soon. Cheers, folks. Bijou.